Yo, welcome to the Irregular Chatter podcast. You've got me, Alex and Soji Knight. Let's go and let's do this.
What do you think about this whole the Bill and Melinda Gates vaccine stuff? That's
Oh,
something I wanted to actually talk about too, because I was just thinking about it yesterday. It was even yesterday, so I think I stumbled.
wait, which stuff?
Apparently, Melinda Gates went on CNN and was saying something that if you look at Ecuador,
Hmm.
apparently, like, because the healthcare system there is so, like, it's not of a good standard at all. A lot of people are actually dying in their homes, not being
Hmm.
able to get not being able to access proper healthcare. So they
Yeah.
have to drag a lot of dead bodies into the streets. And so, like, there was a coverage of
Hmm.
the whole thing where there are just bodies outside people's houses. So just lying on the street. Sometimes you just see a bone, like a whole bunch of bodies just stacked up in one place outside like that. And then you see people, there was even a recording of people that went like dig a field, like a
Hmm.
stadium where people play ball, just to go and bury a relative of theirs that died from COVID. So she was saying, like, when we look at cases like that, and then you now think of like a continent like Africa that has, in a way, an abysmal healthcare system. We didn't use the word abysmal, that's mine. And she was like, it's very, very likely that you can see this kind of situation happening in Africa, because one thing is that in Africa, one of the reasons why our numbers are so low is that we don't have as much tests to get. So you can't even tell how many people have it. So she was saying, like, right now you're not even seeing the peak. That when we begin to see the peak, that there will be like the situation will be very similar to that in Ecuador, and trust Nigeria. Hey, Nigerians went on Twitter and were like, God forbid, this woman is from the devil. We send her back to hell. Who do these gates think they are, coming to prophesy prophecies of evil? Nigerians will not die like this. Africans will not die like this. God forbid. How dare she put this in the air? We are just fear mongering. Like, guy, people were quoting Bible passages and stuff. People were
Then
like,
who
this
do they,
Bill
do
Gates,
they
they've
know
always
who
suspect them.
Melinda Gates? Like,
Like, do you get? And then other people were now like, yo, this woman has actually done a lot more than most of the African government, than
Sha-
the African government. Like when it
Siko,
comes to,
her husband, essentially single-handedly ended polio in the world. Two of them.
mm,
They have given more
yeah,
than 30 billion to charity in their life, if not way more, safe.
and then there are the
like,
people that
like,
are
like
working
those are
in
some
the
of the
fight against
nicest people in the
malaria.
world. Like, if following like this thing, if there are people that can just end their way to heaven without like standing and stuff, going to be them because of like all the good that they've done. So
Doing.
I mean, I was kind of thinking the same thing. I'll not lie. I'm like, okay, Nigeria is just, you talk now, that's okay. One reported case, two reported case. But all the cases that they get, whether positive, negative, actually people that felt they
Mm-hmm.
had the symptoms and went to go and test. So,
Mm.
like, there's a lot of people that
You know,
have gone through this without having any symptoms in their house and they've gotten well without anybody knowing.
yeah,
And then I'm sure that there are some people that have died without any, because for how long
possibly.
were people dying of heart attack and high blood pressure in Nigeria, and they will just say I died after a brief illness? Like,
Yeah.
that is something as simple as blood pressure to measure, not like something as complicated as like COVID. So may I know that
Mm.
for a fact what she's saying is actually very
Mm.
true. Like, people
No,
have just
there's
not
so much
reached where they
element of
will reach
truth
yet.
in it.
Like, it's just I
That
don't. It's
Just
not
the simple
good to
fact.
hear, but it's just the truth. Like, what she's
Because
saying
I
is very
mean,
true.
if you look at the US, and then you see like they have one of the best healthcare systems in the world, and then look at how bad the case is, and then you're now trying to compare an Africa.
As in,
But then I also started to think of something else, conspiracy theory kind of thing you get about the gates and stuff. And I was thinking, come think of it, Shane,
mm,
is it possible that they are fear mongering? Because like now what she said, and I've even heard it before, like I think they have 8 different labs that they are
okay,
sponsoring out of their own pockets here for the production of the vaccine. Like they're working on 8 different vaccines right now. That's on
okay,
different strains and stuff. Yeah, to kind of develop, a solution for this thing, COVID. And
mm,
I think she even said they already have like 5 candidates available for testing now, and they're even in like they're about to reach. They're in one of the labs. They're about to enter the testing phase.
okay,
Yeah. So the whole thing I was looking at now, thinking of is it possible? Because one thing about rich people that we know is a rich person wants to stay rich. No matter how
mm-hmm,
nice you are, no matter how great you are, no matter how good you are, you attain that aristocracy of being one of the world's richest people. You would want to maintain that no matter who you are. Like you definitely will be working to maintain that. You'll be trying to amass your wealth. Like it just a level of class that you wouldn't want to drop out of. And I'm sure for Bill Gates to have maintained that position as long as he has, I'm sure he's striving towards it too. Like he wants to maintain it, or else he could easily have just given more of his money, or he could have just resigned and stuff. But he's still looking to build his wealth, looking to build his fortune. So I was thinking now, who else is in a better position to create vaccine or to work on vaccine? Definitely people that have the money to be able to do things like that and get it done judiciously. And the truth is, when they do something like that, they're not going to give it free of charge, would they? No, they
They
won't. They
may. The thing
wouldn't.
is, to a good extent,
They
cool.
won't. They
Okay.
won't.
No, see, cool.
Mm-hmm,
For Bill Gates, for example, in fact, for two of them, they
mm-hmm,
earn so much money every year
mm-hmm.
without any, because all their charity stuff, they don't earn any money and their wealth is still growing. In fact, I think Bill
But
Gates
I
tends to
think you
always,
already know that.
his wealth,
You know that.
he's so rich that at this point, cool, like if you take like $50 billion his wealth, he's still going to
Mm-hmm.
be like absurdly rich. Like,
No, but like no, but it will affect his total net worth now, right?
yeah, but his network doesn't even really
Yeah.
matter because of how much. The thing is,
No, but like that's what I'm saying. Somehow he has maintained that position, like high up, number 2 in the
yeah,
world. See? Yeah. So
yeah, he
like the
kind of
thing is,
usually goes back and
definitely.
forth with Bezos, yeah.
So that means the world, he's still amassing the world, even with what he's spending. So I don't think he'll do any very disruptive spending like that. That will just make him drop to like number 10. If you remove 50
Yeah, but the things,
billion,
the funny things. Okay, there are two things. One, vaccine is actually a very poor business. It doesn't bring much
is it?
profit. Yeah, what you want,
But
if
like
you want,
something like a
if
pandemic.
look at it like this, if you want to make money from selling drugs, but it makes more
Mm-hmm.
sense to sell Panadol than to sell drugs for SARS, for example, because a pandemic comes and goes, and the moment the pandemic has gone, your vaccine
Mm-hmm.
has become obsolete. People are going to keep having headaches every day. People are going to have backache.
But like the thing is,
So
but like this coronavirus now, like Fauci was saying that
mm,
from his suspicion, it's going to be recurring. Like it's going to become like it's now thing. Because even the flu, so this is how it started the pandemic. I know, but then it now became recurring, and then every year now you have people taking flu shots
no,
and
but
stuff
it
like
was what
that.
they call it. The flu was essentially a pandemic because like science wasn't the way science was back then. Like in fact,
But
people were dying of malaria at some point, but malaria is not really that much of it. The thing is,
in the rest of the world,
like,
unlike
yeah,
Africa.
if there's money to be made from vaccine of coronavirus, but there are way
Mm-hmm.
bigger, better equipped people to pursue it than Bill Gates. Like,
Who knows? That's the thing. But like the
no,
thing, the
like
good thing
like
with this
every
is that they are
drug
open.
company will actually be pursuing it furiously, but most of them are not.
But what
And
I'm
it's not as
saying,
if they don't even want
no,
to make money.
the guy,
Like,
but they might not be open. They might not be open about it. The gates are just always so old, so
no, there's see, what they call it. This whole COVID stuff is one of the easiest places to get clout from, and everybody that can get clout from it has actually been chasing the clout. Like, look at this thing stuff that time. You saw that Virgin Atlantic and this thing and that their respirator that they showcased. That design was going
No,
to
I
kill
didn't see.
people. Like, it was going to kill whoever it is that they respirate with that thing, will kill them.
Really?
But they used it to get the free press. Be like, okay, they kind of oversimplified the whole thing. They just made a mechanical arm pressing the this thing stuff. And that mechanical respirator is something that they say the one nurse was explaining it. And he's like, first of all, you're not supposed to press the balloon that hard. Like, you're supposed to just do it lightly, one, and then like 12 to 15 beats per minute, because normally you don't breathe that fast as the thing was doing, first of all, and then you are forcing too much air into somebody's lungs. You just end up busting their lungs for them too. And then on top of everything, there's a lot of other things that you kind of have to even take into consideration. That, okay, a simple mechanical respirator, but they were not out to actually
Okay.
save any lives. They were just out to like get that clout from it. So they did
Okay,
it. They
so you're
made a
saying the
video.
gates
They
are just
uploaded it.
chasing cloud.
No, that's not me. I'm saying. I'm trying to say other people would not do other like medical companies now. People that officially make
Mm-hmm.
drugs, which are in a better position to like
Mm-hmm.
make the vaccine stuff. Even if they can't go, they would have
Mm-hmm.
gone to chase the cloud. So like it doesn't make sense for them. Like
Well,
it's not
but
worth it
like
to their bottom line. But them, I can almost swear that them Bill Gates' net worth is generally like they already don't make any money from medical this thing. But then on the flip
but you
side,
would
they
say
have
that
spent a
you
lot.
would
Like they've spent a whole lot. Like when it comes to like
I
charity and
mean,
charitable work, they've spent more
but
than
like the thing is,
anybody
have you
ever.
seen? Yeah, have you seen any kind of like stats or any details to show that they are actually not making any money from it? Because on paper,
Let me
yes,
let,
it
let me
appears
even run
that
it
way.
now, Seth. Let me
Yeah.
Google it.
On paper, I know it does appear that way, and I want to be it is that way. But the thing with like the rich people is just that how they stay rich is by making more money. That's just the fact. Like, I mean, it's just
The
how
thing
they just
is,
stay rich.
for
And
as
Bill
long as
Gates has
Microsoft
consistently
exists,
been rich.
then Bill Gates are never going to be poor. So they don't even need to. Yeah, they are not even like they stepped down from their company a long time ago. The company just makes money for them now. You know what?
No,
Like they are not
that much
actually
money.
pursuing wealth.
No,
Like
I know, but then they just make much money. Like the money keeps on
yeah,
amassing and
because
amassing.
basically everybody's computer is running Microsoft, and there's plenty of other things actually owned by Microsoft. Don't even-
See like Jeff Bezos now. Like his
Hmm.
hands are in way many more pots than Bill Gates.
No,
Way many more.
I wouldn't say so.
What are the things that Bill Gates are involved? Bill Gates is
I
involved
don't
in
have
rather.
their details offhand, but
But
Bill
like
Gates is not
Bezos,
as
you can
rich
already
as
say
okay.
Bezos.
Mm,
Bezos, we can say he has the Amazon TV, he has Blue Origin, he has the Washington Post, he has a whole bunch of other things that are off the top of my head now I can't recall. Bill Gates now I just know of Microsoft. I know that yes, they have like a bunch of smaller tech that is swallowed up and that work under them. Just like I know Bezos too has. You get, but like
okay,
I
so
can obviously see a reason
from what
why.
I'm seeing, like Bill Gates is okay. There are 32 companies that are listed here that he's a part of. He gets
Hmm,
that okay that Microsoft itself is invested in. It's very different
hmm,
from that is plus that one then plus. So he's actually invested in a lot more stuff than we actually even know. More than 40 companies here. So far, so good. All the way into Coca-Cola, McDonald's. Let me see what other popular this here. So, like no, Siko, no rich person is rich on
yeah.
just it. Nobody makes it to 10 billion from one source of income. That's how you become poor.
No, I know for sure. That's
And
why I
what they
said I'm
call
sure
it,
Microsoft
this
has
guy,
ties with other companies that are under them.
Bezos
I know what
is
you mean.
is
Yeah.
playing by this guy's playbook. He's playing by Bill Gates and Buffett. Like they were the ones that wrote that play that this guy. So like when it comes to investing, me I can beat my chest and say this guy is a small boy in that arena. Like
Who?
Bezos, but it's just right
Mm,
now
mm,
Amazon makes as much money as it
that's,
makes because like they've kind of like cornered the market that is very, very relevant right now. Like everybody is very
yeah.
lazy and enjoyable to just be in your house and stuff will just be arriving. So
Okay.
and Blue Origin doesn't actually make any money. Blue Origin
Yeah.
actually has he's bleeding a lot of money himself. Like he's having to spend his own personal money there. Like it's a pet project. And the aim of Blue Origin is to send people to
But
Mars.
is it really
Like it's
though?
going to be a long
Because I mean
while
they still get
before
to
you see?
because I'm thinking like even NASA so like they give the Blue Origin contracts, they give Blue Origin and Tesla contracts to handle, which I'm sure will be like $1 billion contracts and stuff.
Yeah, but the amount that Blue Origin gets is nothing even compared to what SpaceX gets
Tesla.
for yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they
Okay.
get a whole okay. These guys have essentially perfected like space travel essentially to a good extent, sending rockets to space and all that. Blue
Mm,
Origin is still learning work. Like they are not even close. They are not remotely. In fact, I feel like right now they are playing like IO and them Tesla are playing chess. Like they are not even on the same board again anymore. Like and they are not profitable at all. At this point, SpaceX is actually very profitable. So
mm,
like this kind apart from and even within the Amazon self, there's a lot that there are some things that his business model covers like two basic things. Like there are some things that you use and from day one to the end of the product life of that thing, we're going to be making losses
yeah,
on it. Like their tabs, for example, they have never made a profit on any tab that they sold.
yeah,
But they do it so that they can bring Alexa into your house and then Amazon Prime into your house. Because in order to enjoy those things, you will have to like get Amazon Prime and then they can now make more through those services you get. So
yeah,
like this guy loses money on some things and uses the money he's losing because he's gaining from some places to kind of like stress, like cover up losses in those places. But
um,
that is him, he's very actively involved in business. Then Bill Gates, on the other hand, are not active at all in their business. Like the business is running itself. I own what I own. When money comes out at the end of the year, cut for me. This is my percentage of the rest is business.
When
That's why
did
you
Bill
see.
Gates leave Microsoft? Wasn't all this year?
No,
I think he just fully stepped down this year. I was saying something about
he
March.
hasn't been
So
having administrative control. Like the CEO
yeah,
has
but
been Satya
he has
Nadella
some
for a
form
very
of
long while. No,
yeah,
whoever
but
it
he's
is
Bill
that
Gates,
has.
who definitely still have involvement.
Yeah, but okay, there's when you are not the CEO, there are certain decisions you can't make. It doesn't matter, like because you are a majority shareholder, you are the majority shareholder. Like you can sway certain decisions and stuff, but
Yeah.
you don't control the day-to-day running of the company. Like that's still covered and by like the board of. So you don't just stand up and just make because the way publicly traded business work. If a piece of the shareholders, they will just sell your stock and then your stock becomes worthless. And the moment it becomes worthless, because your wealth is actually a percentage of money that doesn't exist, it starts becoming a percentage. Maybe you now own 100% of zero. It's still zero. So,
Yeah.
like shareholders technically know the
Mm.
amount of power they have. So, most times when they're voting somebody else as CEO, even though you own maybe like 75% shares of the 75% shares of the company now, you still don't have as much control as that CEO has. And most times if they do that so
But
that the
but
CEO can be like a salary staff, like the person that runs the business will be different because sometimes you start a business, it starts becoming complicated and stuff. You actually may not actually have that technical know-how to run a business properly, a way that it will be profitable. So usually they actually end up getting someone that they know more of a person.
and another crazy thing to think of is like Bill Gates having so much association now with like these different continents and then having such a very powerful sway on the health bodies, like the
Mm.
globally recognized health bodies. It makes it very easy for him to also have like influence in the sense of like lobbying and then stuff like that, things that make him get like this unfair business practices to boost his business and then increase sales, which will inadvertently lead to more profit in his pocket.
Yeah, but the thing
Because
is,
in a way,
Microsoft is more of a like software and services company, abi.
yes, it is now,
And
but like I mean, when you set up like
based
brick
on
and
that,
mortar
if maybe they were
establishment,
what they call it, if they were more into like hardware stuff, like that would be a lot more
mhm,
valid because you have like most of your staff outside the country where like all those rights. But if you are software and service based, then you'll be down here. And if you're down here, then you can't really push for unfair business
but
practice
like
because
even
there's
here,
like bodies and stuff.
There's a Microsoft office here now, like in
Yeah, they
Nigeria,
have
like
small
there's a
small
very very
offices
major.
around, but all those this thing don't remotely make as much as the offices that
No,
they have.
definitely. They
Like
wouldn't now. They wouldn't. But like it's just a way. I'm trying to say like through those offices, they'll kind of exercise some impact on the market here in Africa, and it's like that all over the world. Like they have all these brick and mortar stores all over the world. Like I get what you're saying about the software company, but that has never stopped any company from kind of establishing a strong. Like they still want to have like this very physical presence in
I get
a
that
lot
much,
of
cool.
countries.
The thing is, me, I'm arguing for the fact that what Microsoft's intentions are versus what Bill Gates' intentions are generally two different.
Oh, well,
Because
this like it's not even about Jeff Bezos anyway. Like I was just using that to kind of compare that. Okay, since Bill Gates is going toe to toe, we would expect that yes, Jeff Bezos being like the animal, his savage animal, the way he
mm,
chases the world. Low key, I feel Bill Gates too is that guy. Like Bill Gates just has this very gentle, docile appearance that just makes him look very trusting. But like, guy, nobody amasses that kind of wealth by just being that guy. Like that guy possibly
no,
has
the thing
bodies.
is, okay, it's a simple something, but if you are lucky enough to bring something exactly when people need it, you will get that kind of wealth. It's just who was going to
Jeff
compete with
Bezos did
Microsoft
it.
when Microsoft
Mark
came out?
Zuckerberg did it.
Exactly. Like basically
Like
everybody that's
those
that
guys
is
now, we
a
wouldn't trust.
billionaire on
But
that
the thing is,
extent, cool, is because they
but we
brought.
wouldn't trust any of those guys. We wouldn't trust any of those guys if
Yeah,
they were
but I
doing what
generally
the
don't
Gates are
trust
doing.
anybody like that. Like it's not because they are who they are. It's just because human beings are human beings.
Okay,
And
yeah,
the
but
thing is,
like you're
in order
making it
to
sound
even be a
like
good business person, cool, you actually have to be an animal. Like you can't being good
yes.
and being a business
So, but
person. They don't
now
necessarily
what
go
me I'm now
together.
saying, like, translate all these their philanthropic, ventures and all. You're saying it like they are just purely good, wonderful human souls. I just want to do this wonderful,
Yeah, I'm saying so now because they
humanitarian,
don't have anything else
fantastic
to
job.
gain from it now. Like they're not pushing the business
But
again. They,
they actually do gain from it.
they,
They have a
they
lot of influence and power over a lot of the leaders in the world. I think even now, so yeah, Shay from Trevor Noah Shaw. But
without any of the philanthropic whatever, they already
yeah,
have all that influence and power. Like if what they call it.
no, this one gives them more in like a
No,
different sector.
okay, look at it like this. There's two of us
Okay.
now, and you are donating
Mm,
$1 billion to the healthcare of this country now. Me, on the
yeah.
other hand, I have a company that has maybe like
Mm-hmm.
100,000 people. If I
Okay.
threaten to close my company and you threaten to stop giving your $1 billion to healthcare, who is going to hurt the country more?
You.
Exactly, because the thing is, somehow we can make do without donations, healthcare, but if you have 100,000 unemployed people, things are going to be very because there are a lot of jobs that Microsoft is hosting that can become automated if they want, and in that
You mean
sense,
like as regards to the healthcare,
yeah, no, I'm more of him talking about why
Microsoft
I
itself.
argue that they don't need like donating to charity and healthcare to gain as much power as they have. They have the power without they employ a lot of people in the world, and for the most part,
Mm,
if they want to get something done, if they want to lobby for something, all they have to do is
mm-hmm.
flex the muzzle of if you people don't adhere to our
Their
movement,
staff.
we'll move this company. Maybe we'll take.
Well, the thing is, I hear you, but like, there's just you're not getting less influence by being involved with all the health bodies in the world. You're not. There's no way you're getting less influence, and your influence is not exactly staying on the same level. Like, okay, yes, you have the influence that your companies present, the brick and mortar, the staff that are
Mm,
employed, but then you also have the additional influence that you get through dealing with all the health experts and the WHO and whatever, the CDC, like they have too many affiliations with the WHO. They have a lot of scientists under their payroll that are working on like cutting edge research and stuff. Get all of these things definitely contributing to them, like building their influence base and their power base. That's what I'm saying. Because the thing is, I get that they are being very philanthropic and all.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this clip from the episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We end up uploading everything as a full episode, maybe like 2-3 hours long. So you can enjoy this on Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcast from. Just, we just put it out there, just have fun and, just talk about random stuff. So if you enjoyed this, share this with your friends, subscribe to our channel and, talk about us, just spread the word. Thank you very much.